Hello, this video is part 2 of greatest common factor, also known as the GCF. These problems are the same as the ones from video 1, except that there's more variables in them. So we will start by breaking down this -8 into smaller terms. -8 I can get by multiplying -1 times 8. -56 I can get it by multiplying -7 times 8. And 24 I can get it by multiplying 3 times 8. Now, if you look at this problem, all the numbers have an 8 in common. That was the same thing as what we did in problem number 2 when we divided by 10. Sometimes it's not as easy to see, so you can always break it down using a factoring tree. So if they all have an 8 in common and that's the biggest number they have, that means that 8 will be part of our answer. And now we have to take care of the variables, the letters. So let's start by breaking down the x's. There is an x squared right here. That means we have x times x. There is 1x right here. And there are no x's on the last one. Now let's bring down the y's. The first one has y squared. That means y times y. The second one has y. And the third one only has one y. So let's start looking at what they have in common. This one has two x's. This one has one x. This one has no x. Therefore, all three terms do not have an x in common. We will not be putting an x in the answer. Let's take a look at what else they have in common. This one has one y, so if I pick that one, this one also has one y, and so does this one. That means that I will be putting one y as part of the answer. This one has an extra y. However, the other two don't, which means the maximum number of y's that they have in common would be 1, and our answer is simply 8y. Similarly, I'll be solving the one on the right. 45, I can break that up into 5 times 9, 72, 9 times 8, and 63, -6 times 9. The biggest number that they have in common, in this case, is 9. So that will be part of the answer. Now let's look at the letters. This one has a P. 72 has P squared, that means P times P. And 63 has P times P. Now, if you look, the biggest number that they have in common would be 1P. That's the one I will be putting down here. Let's take a look at what else they have. They have Q. This one has 1Q. The next one does not have a Q, nor does the last one. That means I cannot put any Q's at the bottom because all three terms do not have a Q. Now, let's take a look at the last letter. This one is R times R. This one is R, and that one is R. The biggest number of letter R that they have in common is one of them. Therefore, I will be putting 1. And our answer is 9P